Hi, and welcome to the 2019 paper 2 of the Junior Cert Higher Level, and this is question 7, parts A and B. Okay, so as usual, if you want the set of notes I'm working off, just send me an email at shanetroy@gmail.com, and that email address should be in the description below. So question 7 here looks like trigonometry. Okay, so let's read through it. A triangle has one side of length 10 centimeters and another side of length x centimeters. The perimeter of this triangle is 26 centimeters in length. Fill in the length of the third side in each case. So you have two different triangles, okay? So let's look at diagram A, and the side of length there, x. Now I don't know if these are right angled. It doesn't tell me. Okay. Now it says the perimeter. So the perimeter is all the sides added together. So if it's 26, 4 and 10 is 14. The difference between 14 and 26 is this side here. Okay. So what's the difference there? 26 take away 14 is 12, isn't it? Yes, that should be 12. Add them all together to make sure to check it. 12, and that's 22. Yeah, 26. Okay. The same thing here. They're both 26. Okay, so 10 and 9 is 19, so it's 7, isn't it? 7. That should be it. Okay. So where's the answer? I've shown the answers there. I've shown the calculations. It just looks like there's an awful lot of stuff going on. And so I'm trying to be systematic with it in terms of the answer. Now I'll go back, just B there says find the three values of x that make the triangle an isosceles triangle. Now an isosceles triangle, so we're kind of pushing into a bit of geometry here, okay, has two sides of equal length, okay, and therefore the angles, so if you have like a triangle looks like that, it's supposed to be a triangle, I apologize, the mouse is terrible. So if that's like side x, that would also be side x. Now a fundamental principle of triangles is if the side and the angle have a relationship. Okay, so if those two sides are equal, then these two yes, sides are equal. These two angles are equal. Okay, the angle here and the angle here. Okay, so you need to find the three values of x that make the triangle an isosceles triangle. Okay, so the base is going to be 10 in both cases. Okay, so you want two numbers that would add up to give 26. You know the one of them is 10. Okay. So I'll go to the answer here. So the one side has to be 10, okay? And then it could be 8. So 10 and 8 is 18, and 8 is 26, okay? Or x could be 6, 10 and 6 and 6. That makes sense. I have to pause it there because I was having an absolute brain, I won't use the word. So if all of these three values, two of them would be the same because isosceles has two sides of equal length, and they have to always add the 26. Okay, so it could be 10 and 10 and 6. Okay, it could be 10, 8 and 8. Okay, or it could be 10 and 10 and 6. Okay, so the three values that x could be to make it isosceles would be 10, 8, and 6. Again, it took me I paused it for a strangely long time. You may not get that, but if you get good guesses, okay, 10, the part A and B here in this particular marking scheme are marked together. If you got one fully correct, you got part A, you have the 8. Okay. If you can get this fully correct, you wouldn't get up to the 10. So it's, hopefully you copied it. And maybe I'm just, this is half 11 at night when I'm making this, so I may just have brain tiredness. Let's see how we get on with part 7, part C. Now there's 3 parts here, now it's worth 10 marks. It's unusual they have 3 parts added together. Okay, so if you get this marking scheme can be weird then. But they show you this. The graph below shows the area of the triangles for all values x between 3 and 13. Okay, the point A is marked. Okay, so you have a graph there, the area of the triangle. So it goes up to kind of like a quadratic. Okay, and you're looking at inside there are all the different areas depending on the size of x. Okay, so part 1 says A is the point on the graph where x equals 4. So it represents the triangle in diagram A. Use the point A to estimate the area of the triangle in diagram A. So the part 1 here is ridiculously easy. Okay, so so you're looking at point A. Now the y-axis here represents the area. So if you bring that line across, now I'm kind of going somewhere between 15, 16, 17, between 18 and 19. I'm going to call it 18 and a half. Okay, so I have that there in the answer. As long as you're anywhere in around 18 and a half and 19, you're going to get the marks, and the units are already provided. Now part 2 says plot the point B. So the triangle B, so plot the point B on the graph to represent the triangle in diagram B. Label the point B. If you look back, okay, and look at diagram B, the x value equals 9. And that's what this graph is representing. As the x value changes, okay, how does the area of the triangle change? So you want to find where x is equal to 9. Okay, it's there. And bring that line across, and I'm going to guesstimate roughly, you say 30 and a half. If you went 31, you should be okay. So 9 on the x, 31 on the y. Okay, and that's the point B labeled. I've labeled it there. They do say label, so be careful you always do what they say or ask. So the graph is symmetrical, so it's the same on both sides. Draw the axis of symmetry of the graph on the diagram above, and then write down the equation of the axis of symmetry. Okay, so this bluish line here, okay, the graph is the same on both sides. What's the equation of that line? The y value is constant, or is 0 as such. So your line there is x is equal to 8. That's it reflected there. If you used the slope there, would be not 0 as such, but it's something makes sense in that sense. That's the line x equals 0. For example, that line going across there, the dotted line is the line y equals 31. Okay, so but they're not asking that; they're asking this one. I hope that makes sense. That's part 3 there. Now part D and 17E are marked together. So when x is equal to 5, the triangle has sides of length 10, 5, and 11. Show that this is not a right angle triangle. Now, one thing about a right angle triangle is, if it's right angled, it should satisfy Pythagoras. Now, Pythagoras' theorem is given the maths tables, okay, but it's given as c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Now, I'm a little old school. I would call that the hypotenuse squared is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So you know the longest side is going to be the hypotenuse, or the c value, that's 11. The other two sides, doesn't matter if you call them a or b, whichever, it won't matter. Put them into the equation. So is 11 squared equal to 10 squared plus 5 squared. Okay, put it to the calculator. Is 121 equal to 100 plus 25? No, it's not. Therefore, it's not right angled. Okay, so for simplicity, I'm going to go back here and just do part E. The diagram below shows the triangle with the biggest area. There's 10 and then the 8 and 8 of the isosceles. So just work out the area of this triangle and give your answer in the form of this form, 5 times the square root of whatever. Okay. Now you could, I'm going to do it here. Yeah. Okay. So I've drawn this down here. Okay. The line's kind of off in the thing, and I'm splitting that triangle into 2 right angle triangles. If I find the area of one of the right angle triangles, I can then just double it to get the area of the full thing. Okay. So I'm going to use Pythagoras here. This is halfway point, so it's 5 and 5. And the side here is 8. So I can use Pythagoras to go 8 squared equals something squared plus 5 squared. Okay, I've done that over here. I solve it all the way down there, and I get the square root of 39 equals x. So that's the square root of 39. Now, one way to get the area, okay, the area is the half base by height. Okay, actually, I'm going to get the area of the full triangle now. And that's a half times 10 times square root of 39. Half times 10 is 5. So it automatically defaults to the style or the format 5 times square root of 39. There are other ways to approach that, okay, but that's just the one I've thought of now, or the way I've approached the answer there. Okay. So again, hopefully that makes sense. And that's question 7. Okay, so see you on question 8. Thanks.